Hi, it's Nikki here from Happy Hormones for Life. Today I am talking about exercise. Um, this is a topic that we all obviously are really brought into because exercise is incredibly vital for your health, for your hormones. It improves stress levels, sleep quality, mood, brain health, insulin function, all kinds of things. So we know we have to do it. But as you get older and particularly past 40, it's not just a question of eat less, move more, because actually that approach can be counterproductive as it can stress your body out instead of really nourishing it. So I think we need to be looking after what our body actually needs, and that will depend on individual things like how you're eating, what your lifestyle is, what your circumstances are, how your hormones are balanced, what your genetics are, how mobile you are, and generally your general health. So it's going to be different for every single one of us. But what I want you to think about is this is a time when you hit 40 and beyond is a time to consider not just a general approach, but definitely a more balanced and a more sustainable and nourishing approach to exercise that suits your body. Because when we overdo it, or we do the wrong kind of exercise for what our body needs, it can be totally counterproductive, and we end up feeling worse or not getting the results that we actually want. So I'm going to go through my 7 best types of exercise for women over 40. Now, these are my tips. They are not for everybody. Pick and choose which ones you like and will suit you. And you don't have to do them all, obviously. And there are many other things that you might enjoy more. Like I haven't covered things like running or dancing or, all of those other things that can be incredibly good for your fitness and your health. But I just want you to think about some of the main types of exercise that your body needs and really just include whichever ones suit you. The first one is resistance and weights. And the reason I've put this first is that actually that strength training is one of the best defenses against the effects of aging, which is why I'm finally taking this one seriously on a personal level. In my mid-50s, I know my muscle mass is going down. It reduces very, very fast as we get older, and that, our muscles are responsible for our metabolism, burning fat, but also improving brain health, mood, and reducing the risk of injuries and falls, etc. Really good for our bones too. So as we get older, we're more at risk of osteoporosis, and we've got to make sure that our bones and muscular structure is good. So there are so many ways you can add strength training into your routine. You can have a set of weights or resistance bands at home, or you can use the park bench to do some triceps or push-ups, or you can go to a gym and get some proper training. Now I've just started this, and I honestly can't believe the results I'm getting already in the way I'm feeling, the tone and the strength. That it's very, very quick to get results, which is quite why I quite like it. Number 2 is NEAT, and I've talked about this before. Now, this isn't really a type of exercise. It's more about your general movement, and it's really, really important. So it's why I've put it in as a type of exercise or an activity that you should be thinking about. So it's everything from sitting to doing any formal exercise. So we've got to be looking at sitting less, because that is can be very, very damaging to our health and our hormones as well. So we can do this by upping our NEAT exercise, our non-exercise activity thermogenesis. And this is a long acronym for basically movement during the day, general movement. So that you can get you can walk more, you can get a standing desk or a balance ball to sit on if you're sitting all day, or you can just take regular breaks so that you're getting out of your chair. Not only great for metabolism, this boosts your basal metabolic rate, by the way. They've done studies on this, which is great news for us over 40s. But it's also really good for your posture too, because all that sitting scrunches over your shoulders and you end up getting a bad back. No, I'm just talking about me. Walking more, walk and talk. You can go out and have walking meetings. I always have my best ideas when I'm out on a walk in nature. Excuse me. And obviously taking regular breaks, we've talked about. Number 3, I'm going to go straight into is walking. Few things have the power to restore quite like a walk out in the fresh air, in nature, health benefits are many fold, from lowering your overall risk of chronic disease to helping you feel better, that all is well with the world. So don't underestimate the power of just going for a walk every day or every few days or whatever, or just adding some walks into your week, because as long as you don't have an injury, there are really no other barriers. It's easy, cheap, and it's convenient. So if none of these other suggestions take your fancy, then this is the one to include. Okay. Number 4 is HIIT. Now, if you're in good health and your joints are okay and your stress levels aren't too high, then you may be benefiting from HIIT, or high intensity interval training, or burst training, or there's lots of different words for it. This has been shown, not only is it time saving because you can do it in 15 minutes, but it's also been shown to burn more fat, increase your metabolism, and really strengthen your muscles as if you've been in the gym for an hour. So it's a plus if you're busy, and it's really easy to do because you can do it outside. You can brisk walk up a hill, come down, brisk walk up a hill, that kind of stuff. You can do it with swimming, you can do it running, you can do it on a bike. There's all sorts of ways you can do that. So think about that if you are short of time, and it can be a replacement for that cardio as well, because it's going to stress your lungs, and in a good way, and increase and better your heart health as well. Number 5, we've added in swimming. Swimming is really good for women over 40 because it gives you that all over body, non-weight bearing cardio workout. Particularly beneficial for those who still want that cardio high, but have problems with your joints as you get older. It's also great news for your hormones. We looked at particular study that looked at high intensity swimming, which is what I've just talked about, was more beneficial than swimming at a low intensity for an hour. So if you wanted to combine HIIT and swimming, and you've got joint issues, then that would be a great one. Wild swimming, brilliant, because in nature, you're out in nature, gives you that added benefit of being out in the fresh air, but also if it's cold, you get that cold exposure, which we know is great for your health as well. Number 6 is yoga and Pilates. I've joined them together because, not that they're the same thing, but because they're kind of in the same category, if you like. These are some of the best exercise for women over 40. There's so many benefits: flexibility, strength, posture, helps with stress and mood as well. And being mindful. If you don't like meditation or sitting still for any reason, then yoga and Pilates will give you that time to be mindful about your body and to be present, really focusing on that pose that you're trying to achieve and your breathing. Both of them do that. They are slightly different, so finding a class or finding your preference, whatever works for you, and play around with different classes and teachers, because there are so many varieties out there. So it took me a really good long time to find the right teacher for me. And lastly, I'm going to add in core and pelvic strength work. So neglecting this one isn't really an option, especially if you've had kids. So make sure you include this in your routine. You can do Kegels, bear in mind that you need to do them right. So I think there's something like up to a third of women don't actually do Kegels properly because they haven't got the right posture or they're not breathing well, and that can create just more tension. So take the time to do it right, or if you're not sure, get a physio or a pelvic floor expert that can help you with this. But the good thing about them is the Kegel thing is that once you've got the hang of it, you can do it anywhere, and nobody even knows you're doing it. But you can do it. You can squeeze it into your day. Literally squeeze it into your day. Several minutes, just a few minutes a day, and you're going to start to feel the difference with that. So, in summary, do whatever works for you and what you enjoy at the end of the day, because if you don't enjoy it, it's not going to be sustainable and you're just going to give up. But there are 7 types of exercise to think about and consider putting in, and a mixture of those, or a mixture of some of them, would be really, really beneficial if you're going to be trying to get all the benefits from all of these things. Small, consistent changes over time. You don't have to do it all. That just concentrate on what feels good and what's sustainable for you in your routine, and that way you can't lose. So I hope that was helpful. If you need any help with your hormones or your health, as always, do contact me and we can send you more information. Take care. See you next time.